All right. So what prompted this call is Ashley and I were talking about, building her business. And one of the things, Ashley, I hope you don't mind me talking about this openly, but I think it's good to like share with other people. One of the things that she's struggling with is she wants to go
Press record?
What?
Did you press record?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
One of the things that she's struggling with is she doesn't have a large network of people because there was a lot of friends in her life. She's in recovery, so there's a lot of friends that she had that she no longer actually wants to build a relationship anymore because it will trigger addiction and a path that she doesn't want to go down. So she's in a very unique position where she can't just like reach out to her warm market, and so she has to kind of go to a cold market, if you will. So if you're early in your business and you just started, normally what you do is you sign up your spouse, your mom, your dad, your cousins, your family, your best friend, like anybody in your warm market that wants to support you in this business. You think you benefit from drinking Shakeology, et cetera, et cetera. And then you kind of write a list of like 50 to 100 people that that you think of, who's been maybe liking the last post you did, and then you kind of invite from there. However, in this particular case, that's hard for Ashley. So I kind of went through with her about, okay, well, let's look at your social media. And if I just go to her social media and I look at it, the first things I'm looking for are, do I know when you have a challenge group? And do I know that I can join it and when the next one is? Do I know that you're building a business and that I can join it too? And do I know that this is a business for women? Do I know why you're doing this? Do I know how you got started? These are the things that I should be able to like scroll through your Instagram or your Facebook and be able to see is like, okay, why are you doing this? Why do you, if you're into working out, why are you posting all these workout photos? Or if you're really into nutrition, why are you posting all these pictures about nutrition? Or are you really into empowerment? Like, why are you posting all these like motivational things about empowerment? People need to know the whys behind it. If I look at your stuff, are you on a journey? Do I feel like I'm on a journey with you, or do I just see a highlight reel? Are you only posting when you have a great before and after picture, or are you showing the parts where you're getting fluffy and fat and you ate too many tamales at Christmas? Like whatever it is for you, right? That's me. Like I ate too many tamales at Christmas. My body's like meh, meh, now. Those are the things that I'm looking for as I'm scrolling through your stuff. So Ashley, I'm just gonna look at some of our convo from earlier today about.
I know, I'm like making notes right now.
Yeah. Okay, the other thing is how many stories are you doing in a day? Are you doing 5 to 7 stories? And from those stories, do I get a sense of what your routine is? So it should be pretty much the same every day in terms of your routine. So every single day, no matter what I post, something to do with a workout, something to do with the things that I drink or that I eat, and then something to do with my lifestyle, because I don't want people to think I'm a perfect unicorn who just works out and that's all that I do. Like, I drink alcohol, I eat food that is fattening, I have a full-time job, I spend time with my family and my friends, I like watching TV, I'm a lazy bum. Like, there are all these other facets of my personality because I never want anyone to think like, oh, she's a unicorn. Like, there's no way that I could do what she does, right? But then I also want them to know I work out every single day. And yes, I do drink that shake that I'm telling you you should drink. And yes, I do drink that Energize. That's what keeps me alive in this workout. So those are the things that you should see from my social media and my Instagram stories. Every single day, you should get some piece of that, right? Now, if I look at your stuff and you don't have a routine, then I don't know what you're doing and I don't know if you're still doing it. So I asked, actually, I was like, here's for what I know from you. I was like, these are the things I've seen on your Instagram stories. I was like, I know you have a cat. I know that you kind of are sort of doing this like nutrition to be mindset thing, but I don't know if I can join you on that. I don't know what day you're on of that. I don't know how long of a program that is. I don't know if you're still doing it because now you're doing this like step workouty thing. I don't know that if I can build a business with you or if you're building a business or what you're really doing. I just know that you've been working out lately. I don't know what your routine is. I was like, I know that you walk sometimes. And I think you walk to work, but I'm not really quite sure. So I just kind of went through those things. So for you guys who are on this, is like, what's your routine? If you're too busy during the day, you have a corporate job where you can't do anything. Like, I can take pictures of the things that I do at work. Having my phone out is acceptable at my work. Maybe yours isn't. Fine. Go for lunch outside of your office. Go for a walk. Talk to the camera. Like, find a way to make it incorporated into your life, and just find those pockets of time. What you think is dumb and like stupid is probably relatable. Like, when you sing in the car, like everyone sings in the car. So like think of things that make you relatable, and it doesn't always need to be like showtime, like sweaty selfie, and like I worked out, and like muscle, and like marketing. Like, no, it needs to be your personality. Like, rant about stuff, because people like to I'm listening to Angie Lee's niche course right now, and she talks about being polarizing. So it's okay if people unfollow you. They're not your people. You want to piss some people off because they're going to be the ones that you butt heads with. So I don't get Shakeology money objections anymore. I can't really tell you the last time I got one. I get people telling me that it's they're really tight on money. Yeah, but then I explained to them I was really tight on money too, and when I saw that this was an investment in myself, I put it on my credit card, my 0 APR credit card, and I stopped eating out at fast food. I saved money on breakfast because I started using Shakeology as my breakfast. I stopped going to Starbucks and buying Frappuccinos and bagels every morning. And because I made an investment in myself, I started meal prepping, and I started prioritizing other parts of my life, like my finances. So it created this like beautiful ripple effect into the rest of my life. Sorry, my boss just texted me. Oh, okay, that's not. And then all of a sudden they can relate to that, right? Because they're my niche type of person where they're like, oh yeah, that's totally me. I have a 0 APR credit card. I could probably put it on, and I could probably stop going to Starbucks and buying the bagels and okay, et cetera, et cetera. You guys kind of get my gist. Can I just get a ferocious head nod if you're liking where this is going? Okay.
Ferocious.
Because I make really ugly resting bitch face when I'm like concentrating, and so it's not good for the speaker. They can see you're just like, is she into this? Is she not? Like, where are we going? Okay, so those are some of the things that I think are really important. So if I go and I audit you, which is such a horrible corporate word right now because I just got off work, but if you were to like audit yourself, did you post 5 to 7 stories today that were entertaining, added value, were educational, were empowering, inspiring, any of those things? What would the answer be?
Nope.
Nope from Svet. And Ashley?
Halfway there.
Halfway there. Okay. So that's great though, because these are the conversations that we need to have, because this is going to happen to you when you start having a team and coaches are like, I really, really want to go Emerald. And you're like, you've been here a while and you haven't done it yet. What's going on? It's not that hard. And sometimes they are trying really hard and they are doing the invites. They are following. They're doing the stuff, but it's just these little tweaks that need to be fixed. Sometimes it's literally just the content that you're putting on your Instagram stories. Sometimes it's the content that you're putting in your social media posts. Sometimes it's the way that you're writing, the stuff that you're writing. Sometimes it sounds like you, but you're trying too hard. And that happens in the very beginning because you're excited and you're trying to copy what you've seen your coach do or other coaches on the team do, but you haven't just been able to like finesse it yet. Have you ever met like a boy who's really attractive, but he's awkward AF?
Mm-hmm.
And like if he would just tweak it just a little, God, would he be so charming and so hot? It's the same thing. It's like a dude could be like, hey, what's up? And you're like, oh, what's up? And a guy could be like, hey, what's up? And you're like, vomit, right? You're like, this is disgusting, go away. It's the exact same thing with writing posts, is you need to be yourself and you need to, yes, sell, but you're not selling anything. And that's what happens with new coaches is like, you think you have to sell this invitation to join your challenge group. And so you like overthink it, and then you like do it the way, and you're like, you try to be like non-salesy about it, but you're totally being salesy about it and you don't want to be. So you're like, yeah, if you totally think this would be for you, like hit me up, right? And you're just like excited about it, but you're like, oh, that doesn't sound fun. But you don't know what else to say. So sometimes it's just tweaking it a little bit and being a little bit innovative. And that's where you can take from other coaches is their innovation of how they do things, but with their personality. So like Jen Rock is a good example of this. She started Done Sun Fitness, and she just started saying like Done Sun in her stuff. And some, like, I would say the majority of the people that she's recruited, I hate that word too, attracted to her business have been like punk rockery, like badassy girls who drop F-bombs and kind of like to drink and are very much like her, because Done Sun is very niche, right? Like that's not something that everyone's going to relate to. And she just started saying like Done Sun. Like, I think that's funny because I have a masculine humor. Like I have a masculine style of communication. Other girls that are like doing beauty pageants and are like into frivolous diffily type of stuff aren't going to resonate with Jen. And that's great because guess what? That's going to repel the people that she doesn't want. It's going to attract the people that she does want. So let's see. What's the best way to do this? Okay, so I need to make a quick agenda here. So one, I wanted to talk about social media posting, which we briefly did in stories. And then the last...
Can I say something real
Yeah.
quick? Is that when you first had me do this, you had them write down everything that's unique about them. Remember that? You're like, okay, what's unique about Jen Rock?
Yeah.
It's tattoos, punk rock. Like, write down all the things that make you you, and then go find those people. Attract those people. Because at first, I was just trying to find people. Like, just anyone and everyone. I was like finding a mom of 3, and then I tried to talk to her and it was awkward, and that's because those people are not my people. Sometimes it is. Sometimes I find a punk rock mom of 3, and that's something that we can talk about. But like, it's got to be your people, you know what I mean? Like, whatever you guys are into, hone in on that shit and show it in your posts and in your stories, and show the not so good things too. And then you'll attract the people that you want to attract the best.
You froze.
I'm in my bowling league. My network is my bowling league. They're into punk rock, right? The girl I signed up, she wasn't in any groups. She decided to just do it on her own, but I signed her up. She hit me up. She said, you don't see a lot of girls that like punk rock that are into fitness. And that's fucking cool, man, because that means that that's what she was looking for. And that's what you want. You want to find that person that's you're like, oh my God, that's like me. That's like my sister from another mister. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So that's a really good point. So I'll dive into that a little bit more. I want to talk about adding people to your network. So Svet, for you, because you have a wide range of friends and acquaintances, especially because you've moved like all over the place. You have a variety of people.
Thank you.
Yeah, like you have a crap ton of people in your network. And so I wouldn't advise for you to start thinking about adding girls on Instagram just yet. Like literally invite 100 people in your warm market before you start focusing on building a following on Instagram and like getting there. You're not there yet. But what you do want to do as a brand new coach is you want to establish the value of what you're offering. So you need to educate your audience on why you're doing what you're doing. Why the fuck should they pay so much fucking money for Shakeology and Energize and all of these things when they can go to GNC and get it? If you don't know that, then
I'm still trying to figure it out.
that's okay. That's okay. But the thing is you can ask those questions and there's resources for you to find out. And like, if you don't care about nutrition and you don't care about that stuff, then your audience isn't going to care about it. They're going to just want to buy it because the same reasons you wanted to buy it. So for me personally, my brand, I want to know what's in the stuff I'm drinking because I'm a nutrition nerd and I want to know what's in the ingredients. If that's not what you're into, then don't worry about it. But you need to focus on what you're into. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. And you know me, I am a nutrition nerd.
Yeah.
I just honestly, like, I feel like I signed up with you and I'm still trying to figure this shit out. But aside from that, the question I had was, I started posting more, which is like new to me because I am Insta and Facebook illiterate. Like, Ashley, you might be able to relate, but if you go on my fucking Facebook, all you see is my fluffy cats and funny baby animals because they're just awesome and make me smile. But I don't feel comfortable going on and like starting my social media like blast and like being out there by being like, oh, come join me, come buy something. Like, I almost want to build up credibility almost by putting myself out there and being authentic. And then afterwards, like after some people see consistency, that's when I want to start throwing that stuff out. So I'm like super hesitant to, I don't know, put that shit out there. Like, I'm hesitant to call myself a coach online when like literally I'm not freaking sure what I'm doing. I'm sorry. You're recording this and I just dropped like 7 F-bombs.
Welcome to the team, girl. You're in the right place. No, that's a great point. But the thing is that that's the beauty of being a coach, is that you are not required to have any sort of certificates because you aren't doing anything that needs a certificate. The only thing that you're doing is acting as a facilitator between their goals and the tools that they need. So everybody has that hesitation and that fear is like, who the hell am I to be a coach, right? Like, Jen and I had this conversation when she started. She's like, I smoke cigarettes. I'm 20 pounds overweight. I don't have any reason for anybody to want me to be their coach. And I told her, I had this exact conversation with her. I was like, you're right. And that's why all the punk rock girls who are overweight and smoking cigarettes are going to remain that way, because they have nobody to look at who looks like them to make them feel like they have an ally. Like, if she could do it, I could do it. So for you, you have to figure out what that is for you, because you're already into fitness, right? Like, why are you doing this? You wanted more adult girlfriends. You wanted friends and people who were like-minded and like for you, I see it as like a community badass bitches type of vibe. Like, that's the reason I think that you got into this. Is that like, what do you think?
I feel like that's part of it. Yeah.
What's the other part?
Honestly, like fitness and nutrition, you know that I'm an Orange Theory junkie, but like honestly, like $150 every single month on top of travel time and whatever. Like, I don't have kids, but I'm busy as hell with my sorry, my cat's just like shoving its butt in me, in my face. That I'm just gonna backpedal and pretend like I didn't say that and like that wasn't recorded. But I feel like part of it is time, and part of it is that community for sure. And you are amazing. You just like pull that out there. I like it.
Yeah, so that's what you need to do. What you do as a coach, as Svet, is you help girls who love Orange Theory but have realized that they can't do it consistently, and plus they also need an extra layer of accountability. That's your niche. And you have to take the growth steps to like step into that if that's what you want to do. And be okay with the fact that some people are going to be like, oh, what the hell? She's not a coach. Like, people said that about me 4 years ago. And if I had listened to them, I wouldn't have done anything. I wouldn't have gone down the path. But like, at some point, I had to put my blinders on and be like, I love this. I love getting to do this with other women. And if I hadn't done this, then like you and I wouldn't be here having this conversation, right? And eventually, if you keep on this path that you're on, you're going to have the exact same conversation right now with another girl that's like, yeah, I was obsessed with Orange Theory. I like loved it. I was in the best shape of my life, but I couldn't keep it up because it was too expensive and I didn't have time, and I would miss a class. I'd jump off the bandwagon, and like I missed having growth. Like, you're going to have the exact same conversation. So for you, you're doing a great job with the stuff that you're sharing. Like, you're being set, you're being authentic. What I would suggest is just tweaking your content a little bit so that you do like have one objective in each of your posts. So it should either educate, entertain, empower, or inspire, or it should be like a straight invite. So,
and you could say that too. You could come right out of the gate and be like, hey, it's not Orange Theory, but here's why it works, and here's why it's better, and here's why it works for me. I'm the busy chick who really needed a solution, And basically you're telling them why it would work for them without selling anything, because you're not selling anything and you're not telling anybody to buy anything. That's what you have to, you wrap your head around it. It was hard for me to wrap my head around it too. The bottom line is that the only reason I'm on this call right now is because I saw Tanya's post, and she didn't tell me to buy anything. She just posted her before and after photos. And if you don't have before and after photos, that's totally fine. You could just post anything. Just post you being real, post you after a workout. You can still post a sweaty selfie and be yourself. You know what I mean? Talk about how it's not Orange Theory and about how it's not, you know, how it's working for you and what the benefits are that Orange Theory doesn't have. You don't even have to mention Orange Theory, actually. You could just be like, oh my God, I was busy, so go to the gym all the time. This is so much fucking better. You know what I mean?
I really like that side. Because again, like I feel like I haven't gotten results through Beachbody. I tried it once. I did like it half-ass and I fell off the bandwagon and went right back to Orange Theory, right? And I got the results that I needed, that I wanted, so on and so forth. So like I don't have that before and after picture that can validate Beachbody yet. And I feel like that's part of the reason why like I want to make sure that this 6-week program, that I have something to show for it, because I can actually say like, hey, look, it actually works. It's legit, you know? But,
Yeah.
Jen, I really like that.
The other thing too is like when coaches sign up, they immediately think that coach gives you this identity that you have to fulfill. Like for some reason you think like, oh, I'm a coach now, so now I have to be this like pristine, like perfect thing. And it's like, I almost don't want to even use the word coach anymore, because it's more like you're an ambassador or like an influencer. That's all you're doing. You're just an ambassador for these programs and for the community that we have. You're more like therapist than coach, if anything. Like, you know, it's not, there's no identity that you have to step into, like personal trainer or like nutritionist. Like you're just my bestie who's going to work out with me and keep me accountable to the shit I said I was going to do. That's it. Like you can be anybody's bestie. And that's the part that gets tricky, is like we want to fulfill this idea of who we think we should be as a coach. So like wipe that away. You're just Svet. You're just Ashley, my bestie, and we're going to get fit together. Like, girl, we're in this together. I know how hard it is to not be able to get to the gym, or like a work project runs late and damn it, I'm late for that yoga class, late for that spin class. Well, fuck it. I'm not going to do it anyways. I'm just going to have a glass of wine, turn on Netflix, and call it a wash. Like, how many people can relate to doing that? Okay. Well, Netflix and chill, right? So,
because I have a wine problem, I feel like that relates to my life.
Take a picture with you with a glass of wine on the couch and be like, guess why I'm chilling? Because I've already finished my workout. It only took 20 minutes. And I didn't have to rush to Orange Theory or wherever and like, you know, do an hour-long class or whatever. And they're not giving you nutritional advice either. So you can mention that too, because you're into nutrition. Be like, I'm like a nerd about nutrition. And I got to say, I wish Orange Theory gave me the nutrition advice that I'm getting right now, because it's freaking awesome and it's simple. Boom. Done. And then people are going to go, what is she talking about?
I like it a lot. I'm going to steal your words. I hope you don't mind.
You should go back and just read, like, I had some really cheesy posts that like I went back and I looked and I'm like, holy crap, like I put like little words and like labels on my pictures and like weird stuff and like tried to like pose and stuff. I'm still working on my smile, but like everything else I've kind of like evened out. But like basically when I became a coach, I was smoking like a pack of cigarettes a day. And I sat down with Tanya and I was like, I am fucking terrified to post about coaching, because my audience is going to be like, what the fuck is she doing? Granted, I already had before and after photos, but again, you don't have to do like some major announcement like, I am a coach now and this is what I'm doing. You know, it doesn't have to be that way. You could just be like, man, I'm really digging what I'm doing because I have so much time, and like, I think you guys would like it too. Like, this is awesome. You know what I mean? It's a conversation that you're having with people just like you. Don't think of it as an ad or something like that.
And then like, even if you don't have a before and after picture, that's fine. Nobody has a before and after picture when they start on day one. Like, I started day one as a coach and a challenger, and I had nothing. And I just shared the journey along the way, and I just invited everybody along the journey. And like, I was just degaff about it because I didn't care, because I didn't have anybody who looked like me who was doing what I was doing. And I just wanted like-minded friends. And I was like, F the world, didn't like it, too bad. So like, I just shared like day one of my program. So like, you both today should have some sort of post that says day one of my new program. Can't wait. 6 more weeks of this. Like, give a recap or things that you hate about cardio, love about cardio, the trainer that you have, you love that. Just start sharing the in and out of it. Okay. I'm going to move over to adding people to your network. Any other questions on any of that? No.
Probably lots, but I won't take up all of your time.
Go look at my post from today, Transform 20. I mean, you can't tell that I've been a coach forever. I just said, holy shit. That's literally started the post with, holy shit, I sweated a lot. And I just did this cool step program. So check that out, because that's like, it's short and it's simple.
Oh, girl, I Facebook stalked you. Sure
Okay,
did.
good.
I creeped real hard.
Good.
Okay, so I'm going to share something with you guys that's going to make you feel a little bit intimidating, but it shouldn't. So as a brand new coach, you should be tracking however you feel is most efficient. I'm a tech person. I like Excel sheets. You guys all have access to something called a dashboard. If you search the CYF Google Drive and you type in dashboard, you should have access to this. You would have also gotten a link to it in your welcome email, I think, on the PDF. But anyways, you can use that as a, why can't I talk? You can use that as a guide for how you could just do a simple one on, my dog is so annoying, a simple one on Excel. But otherwise, I use Google Streak, and you guys can use this too. That's not. Dang it. Sorry.
Is this your Post-it note thing? The one that's like multicolored?
Nope. But we'll talk about that one too.
I stalked you too on YouTube. Girl, I didn't even watch YouTube before this.
Good. See?
Seriously.
Not illiterate anymore, girl. You are fully functional.
Thanks.
All right. So over. Why is this so difficult today? Oh, it's still loading. Cool.
Man.
There we go. Streak. So Streak is a Chrome extension that you can download, and you can create a tracking system for all of the people that you meet. So mind you, I've been doing this now for 4 years, so yours is going to look a lot different. Mine goes lead. So lead means that they've added me on Instagram, and I put them in here. Hey girl means that I need to send them. No, hey girl means I've already sent them a hey girl. So if every time a girl adds me on Instagram, I type in her name. So let's pretend Svet added me. I'd put Svet 101 is so cool. Okay, and like if I find something really cool about her, I'd be like, corporate babe, loves cats, looks so cool. So that I remember when I talk to her. Then when it's time to do like my hey girl messages, then I will send her a message, and then I'll change this to hey girl, which means I've now hey girled her. Then on Friday, when I decide to invite, I would go into here and I would send her an invite, and then I would change it to invited, which means I've invited her. And then after that, depending on what she tells me, if she's like, no, F off, you're weird, like, okay, then I might put her into DNC, which is do not contact me. I want you guys to look at this number. I have 105 people who I've considered do not contact, which either means they weren't my demographic, I didn't like them, or they didn't like me. That's the biggest number that there is here. So if you get rejected or people ghost you, they don't like you, like it's completely normal. Okay, so then after they answer me, if I invited them to a specific thing like Busy Girl Fit Club, or I invited them to the Step Up group, I put them in different categories. You guys can customize these to whatever you want. You could call it stage A, B, C, D, F. You could call it invited, what's up, ghosted me. You can make it whatever you want. This is available in one of our team pages. So, and you can rewatch this video and take a screenshot of it. But yeah. So I would suggest setting this up for yourself, because right now you have very, very little amount of people and you can make a very simplified version of this. But this is what I use to track things, and it helps keep me organized. And you can get much more elaborate and efficient with this. And that's how a lot of the top coaches that you see hit big numbers and track a crap ton of people, is because they've made an automated way of doing this, and they collect people's emails. And then when they go to compose an email, they like use streak in sophisticated ways. I haven't gotten there yet. You don't need to get there for a long time. So I just wanted to quickly share that with you. The other thing is, I've taken all of my scripts and I've color coded them into my Google Keep. So all of the scripts that you guys have in UIF, I think it's just called scripts.
I've never heard of Google Keep.
Yeah, it's great. So you can use it on your phone, or you can use it on
Cool.
on here. So like even if you're out and about somewhere, you can, like, I'll do stuff from my phone when someone's like, hey, I want to buy a challenge pack. I'm like, great. I open Google Keep, I copy and paste, and I send it to them. And so you're answering the same thing over and over and over again. So if you're like, okay, cool. They say, okay, I'm ready to sign up. I'm like, okay, great. 3 things you need to do. Pick your Shakeology flavor, decide if you want a regular or discount membership, give me your email. And I'm like, if you look back at our conversations, you'll probably see I use this on you. And then you just kind of tweak it here or there.
Hey, question. I don't know. Can you share that drive with me?
Great question. So everything that you need is going to be in the CYF theme page. If you click the cover photo right here,
Ready?
those new coaches, click here, and then you click it, and it has the links to everything you need.
You should make that a different color, because I didn't notice it until you just pointed it out.
That's okay. We're changing this. So yeah. At the very bottom, it tells you the link. It says, if you're a building coach, start here. If you need our Google Drive, click here. So it's always in there. And then,
Repetition, man. I appreciate it.
fine, because it's okay. Like, you have this question, everybody else has this question. Then this same drive has a plethora of things for you to check out. So there's one that says new coaches start here. Program launches, that's where we keep all the brand new programs. And then if you're boarding a brand new coach, boarding new coaches. So let's say you sign up a brand new builder coach, you're going to want to send them this one that says key items. And you guys should have gotten this as well. Yeah?
No.
Nope.
No. I think you sent it to me in a different format. I don't think it was.
Yeah, I think something similar.
Yeah. Like that. You sent that information.
That.
Like that.
Got that.
Did you get that set?
No.
Oh, okay. Depends on when you join. So this I can send you.
Thank you. I mean, I'll find it now that I know where it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, thank you.
Okay. What was he talking about before this? Oh, Google Keep. So those scripts that I had originally put in here. Have you seen this set?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Zippy says, so all of these I took and I keep them in here, or as I see other people in the Slay Squad share verbiage, I keep it and then I use it and I tweak it to be my own. So green used to be.
You said when you see people share it, where you steal it?
Slay Squad.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Yep. So the most ones that I use is like, okay, I'm ready. What's a group? And then I just kind of go here for things that I want. I've already done this so many times that now I know. So someone's like, after they respond yes to an invite, yay, so happy you're interested. I copy and paste this. I paste, like, so simple. And then that's how you can get into the flux of inviting. So you're going to get the same questions over and over. Luckily for you, this is already done for you. So on the left-hand side, invite, quick follow-up, after I'm interested, how much does it cost, sign-up process, like all this is here for you to just tweak. So figure out what you get the most objections from and start a Google Keep of your own or a notes section or like however you want to do it. And this should make your life super easy. And then color code it so that when you go in here, you just search the color. So like I literally do this every day.
Is Google Keep like an app I can download on my phone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna do that now.
Okay. Can I go to Instagram from here? I don't know. Let's find out. Okay, so then now let's pretend that you're in the stage of your business where you want to add people. And the other thing I want to show you is Flume.
Oh shit! Google Keep is what I use.
Okay, well there you go.
Hashtag winning.
Can you see,
I didn't know that was that.
you guys? Can you see this or no?
Yeah.
You can see this app right here.
No.
Your Instagram?
Instagram.
That's what I wanted. That's what I want to know. Okay, how about now? Now you can see Flume.
Yes.
Okay, so this is a desktop app that you can buy, and I use it only for messaging so that I can message from my computer because I hate typing. So I do all my shit in here. So when I invite, I have two screens. I have my Google Keep, my Streak, and then this, and then I'll just be like, you can't see that, can you? How about now? Can you see everything now?
We can see your.
You can see Google Streak.
Yeah.
Okay. And when I click this, can you see Flume?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Beautiful. So normally I have 3 tabs open. It's exactly like this. Like, all right, so who do I need to say hello to? Svet 101 is cool. Great. I open Flume. I like type in her name to make sure that I didn't forget to like track my own messages. I'm like, oh, cool. I haven't invited this girl yet. So then I go and I like search for her. There's a girl named Svet here, so let's just pretend that that's her. She's got 6.3 followers. Oh, wow, it's a lot. Okay, anyways. So then you can send the girl a message. Oh, fuck. Never mind. This is not, I'm not doing a good job of this. But basically, I go in here and I send the person a message, and it works better when they're a real person. So let's just pretend I do it to Ashley. Yeah, whoever this girl is. And then I'd be like, hey, girl, I have a new challenge group coming up. It was so great chatting with you, or whatever. Copy and paste the invite. I move on. I go into here. I change your status. Invited. Done. And that's how I do it. So there's not like a phone and a paper and the thing. I just like to keep it all in one window. And then same thing. Like you can go into here and look at all the unread messages that you have. You can filter, show unread only. Here's the unread email or messages that I need to get to. I have more than this, but it only shows you like brand new ones that you haven't read whatsoever at all. So I definitely recommend that if you need it. If not, don't get it.
I don't even think I have access to that.
It's a Mac app. This is not an Instagram app. So you have on your computer to do it, because it wouldn't make sense if it was an iPhone app, because then you'd have to type on your iPhone app. It would just be.
What if I have a regular, like not a Mac?
Then you need to search Google for Instagram for desktop.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. What was the next thing? Okay. So let's say that you want to build. I'm just going to stop share now. So the next thing, how do I find girls on Instagram? The thing that you need to do, one, is figure out where you would be and what you would be doing on Instagram before you became a coach who was building a business. I didn't post shit. I didn't look at hashtags, #FitFam. Like, I didn't care. I was fat. Nobody fat goes and looks at fit people. Like, it's just not a thing that you do, right? Like, why would I want to look at that? What did I look at? I looked at I liked recipes. I liked baking. I liked gluten-free stuff. I liked shopping. I still like shopping. I still like those things. So I go, this is where I find people. I find people through political stuff because I know that if we get along politically, then I'm going to like you. It's just, we just are. I look at feminist type of things. I look at the people, like I'm obsessed with Ocasio. She's where's she from? Brooklyn representative. She just got voted in House of Representatives or Senator or whatever the fuck she is. Anyways, I'm obsessed with her. So I just find people that I like that like her and I just add them. And then if they don't like me, then I unfollow them. That simple.
Okay. Because I have a lot of people that I'll follow and then they just don't follow me. And lately I've been at the point where I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just going to reach out. Because I'm like, maybe by chance I can score, but I don't want to just do it if I know for sure it's going to be pointless.
Yeah. So
do they have to follow you back for you to DM them?
Yes. Oh, no. No.
But you guys don't message them if they don't follow you back.
I don't.
Okay.
There's an app that tells you who follows you and unfollows you. It's called Followers app. And it's great, but it'll also, when you're a brand new coach, it'll show you when all of your friends unfollow you because they find you annoying. And that's okay because they're already your friends. You have their phone number. You're not building this for them. You're building this for all the other girls that need this that aren't your friend yet. So I know for Jen and for a couple other people, it like really hurts your ego to be like, what the fuck? We're like friends. You just unfollowed me? This is so rude. And I will tell you now, 4 years into this, I've had so many friends unfollow me. And like they're some of my best friends. But I had to get over it because I'm not building this for them. Like they're not my customer. Like, and it's fine. Like, I don't care anymore. And now I actually get excited. It's like a game to me when I go in here. I'm like, ooh, let's see how many people unfollowed me today. Like, ooh, 5. I'm like, bye, Felicia. I'm like, a girl today who's a challenger that's like Ashley Oster's friend. She unfollowed me. I was like, cool, bye. Like, don't care because that's one less person.
I have an invite question.
Yeah.
I love questions. Shareable. How do you invite people if you're already in a challenge? Because you can't be like, oh, we have this challenge group starting tomorrow. You're like, oh, we started this like last week.
Yeah. So
dropped it late.
We have one that you can always invite to, and it always takes 5 to 7 days to get their stuff ordered. So there's always going to be a group that you can plug them into. The next one we have is on the 28th.
Okay, where can I get that information?
I post about it in Conquer Your Fitness Foundation.
What is it called? Like, what do you call it? Is that the Busy Fit Girl Club or whatever?
Yeah, Busy Girl Fit Club.
And how often does it happen?
Month.
Every month?
Every month.
Okay.
Every month as a team, we run at least one challenge group, if not 2. So there's always something that they can get plugged into. Okay. So back to building people. So Ashley, where are you finding people to add on Instagram?
So I go to FabFitFun.
Okay.
I do like Marshalls. I do craft dinner like Katie. I go to like cat stuff, like stuff like that.
Okay. That's why you're having a hard time.
Oh, okay. Tell me things.
How many people like TJ Maxx? Like, I'm guessing they have billions, like they have like 1.5 million followers.
Yeah.
That's a lot of freaking people to sort through that you know are going to, like my dad might like Instagram TJ Maxx.
Well, I look at their photo.
Okay.
Like I did the thing where you look at their photo, kind of see if it's like, and then I'll follow them. But then the odd time, like just now I realize like, what, like sometimes I can't for sure tell also just because makeup and filters, but like I'll add a girl sometimes and I'm like, holy crap, she's like 17 years old. Do I just unfollow right away?
No, you can keep, I have a girl who's 17 right now, and as soon as she turns 18, in fact, in March, she's going to turn 18 and I'm going to make sure she's a coach.
Yeah.
So it's fine. Like I have no problem adding girls in college because in 3
Okay.
years I'm still going to be building this business, and by then they'll have been watching me. And then
Yeah.
they graduate and they're a busy corporate girl. They're going to be like, oh, I need to do what she's doing. So
Okay.
no big deal.
What about like, I'm noticing a lot that like I'll add these girls and they'll end up being somehow an ambassador of something, or like they'll be like DM me to collab, but I don't even know what that means.
Because you're adding girls from FabFitFun.
Okay.
You just have to get much more narrow, right? Like
Okay.
everybody likes Starbucks. Only a few
Yeah.
people like the coffee shop down the street from my house called Cafe Solar. And like, we're all the cookie cutter people, you know, like you
Okay.
have to find, you have to go.
Go less big.
Yes. So
Okay.
find an Etsy, like find accounts that have less numbers. So
Okay.
T-shirts.
I thought the bigger the better, but not in this case.
No.
Okay.
So what's the last thing you bought online?
Question. Shakeology. I'm gonna Google Beachbody. Oh my gosh, what did I buy? I don't know. Headphones from Best Buy.
Okay. What kind of headphones?
Jaybirds.
Jaybirds. Okay. I'm looking up Jaybirds on Instagram. I find nothing. Did I spell it wrong? Is it Jay?
Good question, actually. I own them and I don't even know.
That's too much. All right, so you bought headphones.
Oh, Jaybird. Yeah, it's Jaybird. One word.
Okay, what's
96,000 followers.
that would be too much. So
Okay.
I would not use that.
Okay. So basically, lesson learned, go smaller, less.
Yep.
So
So
what's the difference between going to a big Instagram account and feeding through versus going to a smaller one and I'm going to have less options?
because you're honing in, you're sharpening the audience that follows them, right? So like a brand like TJ Maxx will have male and female, which means you have more shit to scroll through to figure out who's your people, and their
Yeah.
demographic is much, much larger. But if I go to one of my favorite Etsy stores, is called Strong Confident You, they literally make t-shirts that are graphic t-shirts that, and their Instagram says run by powerful women for powerful women. Like
Okay.
that couldn't be my niche anymore. Like, cool, thank you very much. All I do is I scroll and I look at one of their last posts and I'm like, cool, which one of these shirts is like me? I have a good heart, but this mouth though, beautiful.
Okay.
Them bitches are just like me. And then I go, perfect. There's 58 people who like this post. Literally, I'm just going to go through and add them all. And then from there, I'm going to see who follows me. And I have a 90% chance that most of these girls are going to be my niche.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I literally just funneled it like
Yeah. Okay.
I would wear that shirt and people that like me would wear that shirt too. Like,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
that's what now I know why you're saying I'm adding these girls and they don't add me back.
Yeah.
They have no idea who the hell you are.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, I would find, if I was Ashley, I would find something that has to do with recovery and like jokes about recovery.
Okay.
Like memes about recovery, and I would see who it is. Or like, I'm sure if I type in recovery girl, there's something. Perfect. Those are literally, I type in recovery girl, the first girl to come up says happy to recovery. Okay, well, she's 16. Nope. Stronger than ED, a girl in recovery. Okay. ED warrior. Okay, so she has an eating disorder. She has some.
I can relate.
Beautiful. I would add her. And then I would go, after that, I would go to her followers and I would see who she's friends with and I would add all of those girls.
Okay. It's funny that I get in my head where like when I go to like other people's followers, so if I follow one girl and I look at her friends, I'm like, are they gonna like be like, oh my God, this random girl invited me to this group. Oh my God, what's her name? Ashley. She invited me too.
Yeah, no.
No, they'd probably be like, oh my God, this chick is fucking adorable. Because every single picture you post, I'm just like, I kind of want to be her. Like, I shit you not. Seriously, no. Like, you come off as really cute and really, really just like, I don't know, personable.
Oh, thank you. Oh, mwah.
Nobody's saying that shit.
And look, fellow fucking cat lady.
Well, I've come a long way because I used to be a crazy bitch. So woohoo, it's working.
Right?
So that's what you need to do is you need to hone it in.
Okay.
I'm gonna actually pause it or stop. Well, Jen just jumped back on, so maybe I won't. Okay, Svet, let's talk about you. What do you think is like? What's weird about you? What do you like? What are some of your interests?
I love the food. I love the outdoors. I feel like that's gonna be like stalking territory for sure because like Colorado is my motherfucking jam.
Yeah.
I really like to write and like creative outlets like that. I feel like food's probably going to be a really big one because like I love to cook and experiment. And I'm like kind of nerdy when it comes to like paleo nutrition and supplements and biohacking and figuring out like what kinds of things will make you be more clear and whatever. I also drink a lot, which probably isn't a direction I really want to hone in on, but I mean, I'm Russian. There's one. There are a lot of us. Curly hair people, white girl afros.
Beautiful. See? Okay, write this down.
Okay, don't you have the Zoom transcribe thing where you can get the recording? You can record to the cloud. When you get it, you can get the transcribed version, then you can copy and paste all your notes. That was my plan.
Oh, I've never transcribed it, but I wouldn't want to sit through this and watch it again or scroll through all of the words in here. I would just literally write it down. Like, how does it know who's speaking?
It says your name and then the text.
So I would.
And you can also Control F and like find Curly. Yeah. It'll take me right there. White girl afro. It's fine.
You'll have to
stop talking when people record.
Okay, so if I were you, I would educate people on the knowledge that you have on biohacking, on food, nutrition, supplements. If you don't know about Shakeology right now, like go learn about it and then share with people. And you don't need to be like, oh, this has ashwagandha in it. Like,
what's your rebuttal to this shit has sugar in it and sugar is bad for you and sugar can be addicting and there are so many people like myself that are so adverse. I wasn't going to get the shake because when I looked it up and like same with the bars, you added those for me when I was about to check out and I was like, I'm not buying these bars because it has a shit ton of sugar in it.
Yep. So
the shakes?
Shakeology has sugar and the sugar that it comes with is stevia and organic cane sugar.
And cane sugar is still sugar.
Yes, 100%. However, there's like all kinds of things with nutrition, it depends on who's paying for the research and the study. And sugar has been villainized, but sugar, organic cane sugar, is a naturally occurring plant, right? But we've abused it and we've bleached it and we've added all this other shit to it and we've paired it with all these other things. Organic cane sugar, and the reason that they included organic cane sugar is that organic cane sugar has minerals in it that your body actually needs, which is why they made a conscious choice to include it. The majority of this sweetness that you taste inside of Shakeology comes from the stevia and it comes from the monk fruit in it. And the amount of sugar in Shakeology is no more than you would find in one banana.
Oh. What? Boom.
Mind blown. I like it. Where can I find those details? Like I remember at some point or other skimming through like the high level descriptions of the stuff.
Dude, I didn't even know that. Fuck.
Where did you just pull that nugget out of? What dark corner, Tanya?
4 years of being on calls with the founder and makers of Shakeology.
Sharing my knowledge. Thank you.
Yep, Darren, if you just do if you do a YouTube search for Her name is Shay Stanford. That's Shay Stanford, just spelled like college. She has oodles of it on YouTube. She's done plenty of calls on all the different ingredients of Shakeology. If you look at Team Beachbody 411, the national wake-up calls, and type in Shakeology, you'll find a plethora of the calls that they do, that corporate does. Yeah. A lot of it is from attending the summits. They have like Shakeology Q&As. Darren O'Lean is the dude that helped formulate Shakeology. It's just learning and asking questions is a lot of it. But yeah, so that's the reason, because I was upset when they added cane sugar too, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that organic cane sugar, like, it makes sense, duh, right? Like, there's a reason God created this plant for like, but the thing is that we've abused it. And back in the day, you had to go find a sugar cane, fucking break it, and then you would just chew on it and suck on it and like break it. It wasn't this thing that was readily available in powdered form that you just add shit tons of scoops to it. So does that answer your question about that and why they do that? Cool.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Yeah, I was wondering, so that just actually helped sell me a little bit more too.
Me too, because at first I was like, oh, I'm so mad about anyways, so
thanks,
yeah.
Girl.
Yep. Diabetics can drink Shakeology too. It'll lower their AC1 levels as well. So it's low glycemic.
A1C? Yeah, it totally will.
That's what it is. Yeah. Okay. What was the other thing? We were talking about your niche, right? So that for you, you can go on to was I pausing this thing? Okay. Nope, we're gonna keep going. Whatever, they can watch the whole thing. So for you, you can go on to like Curly Girl Method would be great for you to like search that hashtag and go find girls that have curly hair just like you. Hiking, there's like, I'm sure there's different hiking places in Colorado where people tag the location. So locations are really great too for finding your people. So there's a particular hiking trail or mountain that people always take pictures at. Boom, go there and look at that. Food is tricky because there's so many people out there with food. But what I do is when you go to Instagram, so like if you were to go to Instagram and you go to the search bar and let's say you type in gluten-free.
Million hits.
Yeah, you're gonna get a million hits. So for the hashtag gluten-free problems, okay? So Instagram always shows you the top results. And what I do is I always go to recent to see the normal people who don't have 1,000 likes on their photos, because these are the normal people like you and I who are just posting about gluten-free problems, who are gluten-free. And so then I'll go to the picture and be like, okay. And then I just scroll here and I'm like, I look at the names of the people, like Smothers Food. Okay, she's going to be like a blogger of food. It's Megan's Life. She seems like a normal girl. Oh, beautiful. Problem. She has a link tree in her bio, which leads me to believe she's building some sort of business of some sort. Nope, not going to add her. Next girl. LA's gluten-free street gang.
I have a question.
Yes.
I notice a lot, and I think it's a United States thing, where all these girls have like acronyms and like letters in their profile, like WZNF, RKB. Like, are these like universities? Are they like something? Like, I noticed a lot.
It's a sorority.
Oh, okay, because I'm just like, what the hell are all these things?
Yeah.
What are these letters? Tell me.
You guys don't have sororities in Canada?
I don't have, you know what, maybe it's an everyone thing, but like, I don't know. I just notice it when I'm looking and the girl will be in like, I don't know.
I don't know what that shit means either.
Anywhere.
I'm with you.
So that's
I didn't do sororities.
What? So that's like another hack that you can use is like, you can use a really large popular hashtag, but then just look at the recents to see what it is. Dirty 30 is where I've been finding a bunch of my girls because I just turned 30, or this is 29, or this is 26, or this is 22, or happy birthday 22, or Scorpios, like I like other Scorpios, Scorpio season, Capricorn season, Pisces season, any of that stuff. Church people are hard to find because no one really posts about that shit. So, and the people that do, I probably don't want to be friends with. What else did you say, Svet, for your people's? You said food. You said some really good ones at the end.
I had written them down, girl. Curly haired, outdoors. I legitimately forgot, but I will bring them back.
Writing, yeah. So,
Writing.
People have a lot of book clubs. I love
books. Oh, and we were talking biohacking and
biohacking, yeah, like all that kind of stuff. For writing, you could find groups on Facebook that are like creative writing group or what, I don't know. But you could probably utilize Facebook groups a lot for you because you have that kind of niche thing. In the future, you could probably do like a personal development, like book club, fit club, or whatever, you know? Like, you guys don't have to do what I do, right? Like, my vision is for you to go build things on your own that don't have anything to do with me. Like, I want you to be like, Tanya, I don't need you, go away. You know? Like,
you guys please stop harassing me.
No. Yeah, Jen, is this any of this helpful for you? Because I know you were wanting a reach.
Yeah, so basically I'm doing the same thing. Like, I'm searching places that I would go, but apparently I go to the same fucking places all the time. So I'm like running out of places to like look, you know what I mean? And then like when I try to like, I like doing thinning hair problems, and I go there and everybody, that MLM Monet, like that's all I find. You know what I mean? And then, or like, I'm like, man, I just don't know where to look anymore. Like, I feel like I'm not, I don't know. I just need some more information.
Cool. So let's this is good for you guys too, right? Like, Jen's been doing this how many years now?
2.
Okay. So these problems don't go away. You just have to redo it. Okay. So what's the last thing you bought?
The last thing I bought. Fuck, I don't know, man. We'll just go with the cat fountain because that's right in my face, and I bought that recently.
I remember you buying that. I remember the post.
Yeah, and I posted about it, right? So I need to, hashtag cat mom, right? That was another one. And then like I comment, oh, your cat looks like my cat. And then I message him. And then
what type of cat do you have?
He is a giant Maine Coon. Come here, Stanley.
Have you ever looked at that hashtag?
Cat party.
Which one, Maine Coon? Yeah, I've tried that. I can do that again. Like, I haven't done that one in a while.
All right, that's what I would do.
That down.
Does the cat fountain that you bought, the company, did they have an Instagram?
I'll have to look.
I would go look at their Instagram, and I would go find girls like you.
Also, that shade of lipstick looks really cute on you, Jen.
Oh, there's no lipstick. It's not.
Seriously?
I wonder why it looks like I have lipstick on.
Color. It looks like you have this like really, really pretty, vibrant color on you.
Oh,
like, get it, girl.
That's weird.
Here, what's
naturally rosy lipped?
Yeah, I guess.
What's the last thing you bought before that?
I don't know. Beachbody Step. Fuck, that's not gonna work. Let's do. Damn.
All right, so let's go back to the hair thing.
Yeah.
What about alopecia?
Yeah, that's a good one. Searching
Go in
alopecia.
there and see.
So, like, a lot of those, like, MLMs for Monet come up and shit. But
So then the hack that I said would work really well for you, where you go to recent and not top.
yeah. Okay.
And think about it. People who are struggling with that most likely aren't going to be hashtagging that unless they're an advocate.
That's true. That's another thing. So.
Yeah. So that probably wouldn't be the best thing. What about hard rock? Like, what about like rock museums?
Yeah, that might work.
What about
I tried searching venues too, like venues I go to.
What about tattoo parlors? The last place you got a tattoo. Check that
Oh,
tattoo.
yeah. That's a good one.
And then once you find 1 or 2 girls that you like from any of those places, just go to her friends and go add all those people.
Do you actually follow them now? You just follow all of them?
Yep.
Because I remember when Keisha did that one thing where she's like, don't follow them, just talk to them first. But it was hard to track it that way, and I just didn't like it.
No. System has changed.
Okay.
Followers app. Remember that you were objecting to use the followers app because it hurt your feelings?
Oh, sorry, I'm downloading it.
Let's see.
I hate it.
There you go. This is why you're behind on the process, because you refuse to do this. So now we use this. So now when you add a whole bunch of people, it doesn't matter. So if I look at my app, it tells me 151 people are not following me back, which means I added them at some point, or there's somebody famous that I actually want to follow. So if I go through here, I'll see all these people who I'm following who haven't followed me back. And then I just go through and click unfollow, 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 unfollow. So I always try to keep my following count to like under 1,000 because I don't really want to follow more than 1,000 people. But it probably will go up now that our teams are getting larger.
How long do you wait before you unfollow them?
There's no time limit. Whenever
I scroll through my feed, I'm like, I can't fucking see any of my friends anymore. And I start deleting people.
Honestly, it just depends. Like when I've got my shit together. So there's like a lot of people in here. And sometimes I'll leave a girl who I really like on for a while because I'm like, fuck, I like her. And I just like her stuff and I comment on her stuff because I fucking like the girl and I really like her and that's it.
And that's it. Yeah. No, I get that. Like I follow people for that reason too, whether or not they're going to join me or whatever.
Yeah.
By the way, as we were talking, this girl hit me up and she's like, hey, I found you in some punk rock pages. It's hard to find girls that are into punk rock. And it just happened. Punk rock. And
you need to do something about punk rock and fitness and talk about it more and like make the hashtag your own.
Yeah.
Okay. So some other places that you could find people. What about like production?
Yeah, I could go like the busy girl entertainment route as well.
Like I would search like production sucks or hashtag long hours or
hashtag
all the time or I don't know. There's a whole bunch of stuff.
Hashtag editor problems. Hashtag editor life.
Yep.
Yeah. I know. Okay, I know.
Okay, the other thing I do too I wonder how many times I said okay in this thing. The other thing I do on Google Keep is I keep track of accounts that I really like who girls like me would like too. So there's a couple of like Christian ones that I found that are like saucy enough where I'm like, ooh, yeah, that would be a good one. And then there's a couple of Etsy accounts that I like. And then there's like these random like feminist activists who are like so empathetic and like not mean bitchy girls that are just like everything they say. I'm just like, yes, I fucking love you. Like, oh, I want to share all your content that are really great. And so then when I feel stuck, I just go to their accounts and I'm like, oh, phew, I forgot. Okay. So
and follow all their followers. Gotcha.
Yeah. Gotcha. That way I'm never like, oh God, who should I follow?
I started following some of my other friends, like
yes,
not close friends, but like friends follow their friends.
You know who's really good too is guys. And also for those of you who are single, this is what I learned, on dating apps, when boys have their Instagram handles, you can go to their Instagram and then if you don't like the guy, then like go see what girlfriends he's friends with because most likely they're going to be normal girls because like you all live in the same area and that's a great way to find other girls. That happened to me. I'd end up finding a dude's Instagram handle and I'd be like, oh, he's not cute. But I'm like, oh, but he has all these girlfriends. It seems so fun. I'm like, I want to be friends. And I would end up going and adding those girls. And they live in LA and they'll live near you. So it's a good way to find girls. Restaurants that you go to, places that you brunch at, like for like any of the ski resorts that you go to, any of the places that you visit is probably a really good place. Coffee shops, anywhere that you would go and actually be like, oh, I want people to know I was in Hawaii or I want people to know I was in Cabo San Lucas, like things like that. So recap. Your social media should be polarizing and very, very, very niche. It should take a stand in some way, shape, or form, and you should be thinking about a girl that's exactly like you. You don't need to talk about health and wellness and fitness and blah, 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 blah. Who are you looking for? So Svet, you are looking for the girl who knows Orange Theory is awesome, but she doesn't have time to do it, and she keeps missing the damn class and yo-yoing it, right? And the girl that's looking for more community and more like-minded girls, she already is in a relationship, like that kind of thing. She's got a full-time job, but she's always wanted a side thing, and then insert your own nuggets in. Ashley, for you, it's like you're looking for the girl who doesn't drink. Like, she needs to not drink. Or maybe she might drink, but you would probably prefer to build a team of girls who don't drink so you guys can go out and do non-drinking things, right? So in your mind, girls who don't drink, girls in recovery. What kind of recovery? That's up to you to decide. Maybe girls who are really strong in their faith right now, if that's where you're at. Girls who have a full-time job, they're busy, they have a lot of trauma and things that they're working with. They're going to love hearing about all of the learning techniques that you're finding in these personal development books. Like, how are you actually working through recovery? How does fitness and wellness and nutrition and community support your your recovery journey? Like I looked at your Facebook, and the most popular thing that you got like 80 likes or in like freaking 30 comments when you're like, I'm in recovery, happy recovery day to me. People are like, oh, people are like, and it was so real, it was so raw, it was so relatable. You get so much support on it. Like, that's what people want to see. Are you crying?
What, me?
Oh, Ashley.
Oh.
No, but I feel like this is like finally my time where like all of my shit that I went through, this is when like God doesn't waste a hurt, and this is how I get to play it out and help others. So like I just feel like this is where all of that struggling has brought me to. Yeah.
Fuck
so
yeah. Yeah. And that's the shit you're gonna post about. Like, that is the stuff that people need to hear. And there's girls out there who feel lonely. They feel like there's so much frustration and angst, and they don't know where to turn. And maybe they don't have a religion, or they don't have God, they don't have community. Yeah. You're going to see your stuff, and you're going to be that light. And there's going to be girls that follow you for 6 months. Like, I've been following you for the last 6 months, and I see that every morning you write in your gratitude journal, and every morning you do your workout, and every morning you eat healthy, and every day you're hanging out with these girls online. And like, I've been watching you. I want to do what you're doing. But you have to show up every single day and like share that and like open up. And you have to, because we talked about this today, I asked her, I was like, I think the only thing that you're missing is the belief that you can do this. Yeah. I was like, yes or no? I asked her, I was like, type the first answer that comes to mind. Do you believe you can do this? And she was like, yes, I believe it. She's like, but I have to make them believe it. I'm like, that's right. You do have to make them believe it, but you have to believe it yourself enough to feel confident to share it and showcase it. So for you, you're going to have a lot of vulnerability because, and like, if I was you, I would talk about addiction all day, every day. And like, I would get saucy about it, and I would get mad at society for like shaming people and guilting them about it and acting like it's not a disease. Like, I would talk about how it's made me feel like in society, like I can't tell people that I've had a relapse because it's like, you know, et cetera. So like, I would talk about the nitty gritty of those things and like educate people and put a human face to it. Like, addicts are moms, addicts are in the corporate world. Like, I would fucking follow your journey. And like, if you got mad and saucy, I'd be even more like, well, I'm gonna follow this girl. You know, like,
I think at night, like I finally actually I hinted to it a little bit, but I actually finally came out with it like a week ago. So I think now that I've actually like outed myself, now I can just like let my freak flag, you know. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with it.
Yeah. So
is there a way to unfollow these people from that app, or do you have to go to Instagram?
No, it's all in the app.
What? Where?
You might need the paid version.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So action plan for you guys. 1, social, post on your feed to your niche. I would write down the things that we talked about and like give your girl a name. My girl's name is Talia. And like, I know what she's into. I know what she likes. And when you post, write to that one girl. And you'll see, no one's going to like your post. And then you're going to get a message behind the scenes where they're like, okay, I read your post, and they don't even like the damn post. And then they're like, okay, I'm ready. I want to do the group that you're talking about. And you're like, because you literally were talking to one girl and one girl responded. That's all you need. Yeah. So write to one girl, post on your social media daily. On Sunday nights, I'm going to start doing this. I write in my planner one topic I want to talk about each day. And that way I don't have to think like, oh, fuck, what should I post about? Then stories, anywhere between 4 to 7 stories about your day and your routine. You don't have to be on your phone all the time. In the morning, it doesn't take more than 2 seconds. Take your Instagram out. If you swipe on the story at the very bottom, if you swipe to the right on your, do you guys both have iPhones? The same.
Yeah.
At the very bottom here, if you swipe to the left, oops, I took a picture. If you swipe to the left, there's one called Hands Free.
Yeah.
And you can just, it'll just start recording for you. So that's how you can record your workout while you're doing it.
Oh, I was always taking videos and then editing them after.
Just use Instagram, Hands Free. Boom, done.
Cool.
I've never done a story. I feel like I'm like uncomfortable seeing myself talk, I think.
I love it. You feel that? That's gross.
Yeah, I do.
You'll get used to it.
Yeah.
I wasn't used to it, but it becomes addictive.
I'm like, nobody wants to see me talk. Like, I talk enough, guys. You're getting to know me. I talk a fucking shit ton.
Perfect. Now you have people to talk to.
Yeah.
And like, if you do like a psychoanalysis on yourself, it's like, okay, well, why do you feel uncomfortable talking and seeing yourself talk? Like, those are the questions I asked myself when it came to taking selfies. And I was like, why am I so uncomfortable taking a photo of myself? And my first thought was, I don't want people to think I have daddy issues, because only the girls that need attention and are sluts and are in a, like gross girls, those are the ones that are constantly taking pictures of themselves and like doing the whole MySpace thing. And like, I don't have that. I don't even perceive that way. And then I was like, actually, what's really going on is I don't have the self-confidence to put myself out there because I'm afraid of what people are going to say about me. And I don't have enough self-esteem to just exist, right? Like, I don't have enough self-worth to take a picture of myself and post it on social media. It's easier for me to take a picture of the beach and post it on there because I don't have to subject myself to any criticism, and I'm petrified of getting criticism. And then I changed the thought process and said, no, fuck that. I'm worthy, and I'm going to take a picture of myself to commemorate this moment and where I am in life and what I'm doing. And I know that by sharing my journey, I'm going to empower somebody else. And it might just be one girl today, but I'm going to do it for that one girl. And I'm going to do it because I'm worthy enough to take a photograph of myself. Like, really, Tanya? Like, you're confident? Are you really? You can't even take a picture of yourself and post it. How confident are you really, girl? And those are the conversations I had with myself. And so now when I do Instagram stories, I'm not doing it for Bob and Susie who are talking shit behind my back. Like, fuck Bob and Susie. They're not the people I'm trying to attract in this business. I want Ashley Palmer's, and I want Svets, and I want Jen Rock, who are like, this is so fun. And that's the girl that I think about when I'm doing this. And Bob and Susie can fuck off, and I hope they unfollow me. And when I see them unfollow me, I'm like, yes, peace out. And then I don't feel weird posting Instagram stories anymore because Bob and Susie aren't talking shit about me because they can't see my stuff.
Love you.
Wow, that was a good word.
Because it sounds like you're a badass and Svet, just saying.
That's funny.
Oh God, Jen's down a rabbit hole right now.
Dude.
All right, I'm going to pause the recording.